All right, guys, this video is for all of you that are struggling to create speed in your golf swing. The harder you swing, the shorter you hit it. You're using way too much effort. My gosh, you've got to pop 6 Advil after you play golf because your back is absolutely killing you. There is an easier way. We're going to talk about slinging the golf club today to the 5th parallel. I'm going to explain what slinging the club is. I'm going to explain what the 5th parallel is. It's going to be pretty transformational for many of you. You're going to want to watch this one, so sit tight, make yourself comfortable. Let's get after it. All right, so let's start by talking about what I see day after day after day after day. Whether I'm on the lesson tee and I'm watching people tee off on the first tee, gosh, it's gotta be at least 7 or 8 out of every 10 people do exactly the same thing. They're all under the impression that the faster they move the body, the faster the club head is gonna move. Unfortunately, of course, that is not the case. If it was the case, everyone would hit the ball an absolute mile. You're all throwing the kitchen sinks at the golf ball, guys. You get to the top of the backswing, you throw everything at the golf ball, you leave your arms at the start line. At that point there, your body's moving ahead of your arms and you're forced to release early. Yes, that's why you release early. For those of you that have always worked on trying to create lag or forward shaft lean, stop trying to work on lag and forward shaft lean. That is not going to serve you. My goodness, if you have an open club face, it's going to really hurt you. It doesn't work, okay? What we've got to understand is the golf swing is a sequence. We've got a rotary motion that's created very much by the movement of the body. It's not parallel to the ground. We're on an inclined tilt, but the golf swing essentially is a pivoting motion from side to side, and we've got our arms moving up and down, a little bit like an elevator in a building, right? So the arms control the verticals, the body creates the horizontal movement in the golf swing. We blend, we marry those two things together, and we have ourselves a proficient, sequenced golf swing. That is not many of you. Unfortunately, I'm here to try and help you sequence your swing, use less effort. The effort's coming from the body, guys. I know. You all see yourself releasing it early. You see this move here and you're like, I use my arms too much. I hear it time and time again. You're forced to use your arms too much if your body's driving out in front of your arms, okay? You got to play catch up. That's why 18 inches to 2 feet behind the golf ball, if you slow your swings down, you know who you are. There's a line that's formed between the left arm and the shaft a long time before the point of collision. Why? Because you're spinning your way to more speed in an attempt to hit the ball further. It doesn't work. So what we've got to do is we need to understand here, we've really got to get this golf club slinging, okay? We've got to get the golf club slinging past our body. We've got to get our arms swinging past our body. I know, it's very much the opposite to what you're seeing. Gosh, this YouTube stuff is absolutely killing me. One coach is telling me this, another coach is telling me this. I understand, okay? It's a dark hole, all right? Here's the problem. It's not about finding the swing. It's about finding a swing that works for you. What we need to understand is the body, it has to kind of settle into the shot as we change direction. We can't throw ourselves at the golf ball. So what I'm doing here is I'm allowing my arms to de-elevate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to allow the grip of the golf club right in around here, right in between my feet. I'm going to allow the grip to change direction. You can see here the butt end of the golf club has moved from one direction to the other in a pretty short space of time. The faster that happens, the further you're going to hit it. That's the bottom line, okay? So we go here. You can see here as I approach the golf ball, my arms have de-elevated. I'm still facing back, guys. I'm not spun out of the golf shot. My arms are working down. And then I'm very simply going to allow my arms to swing past my body. Yes, you heard it right here. I'm not going to stand here, turn my body, and leave the club behind. That's what so many of you, unfortunately, are doing. All right, so the slinging motion is just that. All we're doing is allowing the forearms to rotate. The back of my left hand feels like it's pointing down more. It's what we call supination. Imagine holding a bowl of soup on this left hand, and then we're going to go ahead and allow the ball to get in the way. Here's a little one right here. All right, and you can see the golf club has released freely past my body. My arms have expanded. So we're going to start off where we intend to move through a golf ball. We start there, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my arms to this position. Golf club is parallel to the ground, okay? That's going to be our 4th parallel. Go through those for a second. 1, 2, 3. There's that fourth parallel, which is what I'm trying to show you right here. There's your release, guys. Notice the left lead elbow is pointing towards my lead hip. And then from that position, all I'm going to do from this position is I'm going to go ahead and just throw that club over the shoulder. So what I'm doing is I'm allowing my lead elbow to point down, and I'm creating a box here, right, between my upper arm, lower arm, and the shaft above my lead shoulder. I'm going to do a little different angle, kind of show you what this looks like. So I'm going to start here, guys. There it is, parallel to the ground. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to swing the golf club over my lead shoulder, create a box, and that's my fifth parallel. Now, so many of you aren't getting to the fifth parallel. Unfortunately, you've got a blocking motion where your body's getting ahead of your arms. And what happens is the elbows start to separate. The lead shoulder starts to move internally instead of externally, okay? And then the golf club gets dragged across the body, essentially slowing the club head down. So we're not able to tap into what we call angular momentum, right? That's really what this is all about. It's taking the golf club and then kind of slinging it past us, all right, and allowing the golf club, all right, to create some angles on the opposite side of our body. That's what we want to do. We want to send our speed home, all right? It has a home. We've got to send it there, all right? So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and work on this feeling. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swing this golf club over my lead shoulder and make sure that I get this golf club into the fifth parallel. Let's sling it from the top and see what happens. Have a little fun here. All right. Got that club up there nicely. Okay, felt the club head swinging very freely. Let's have a little look here. All right, so we've got a 177 carry with a 7-iron. Nice smooth golf swing. Wasn't firing my body at the golf ball there. I feel like I could swing that way pretty much for the rest of my life. Now here is the news. Breaking news for you guys that are new to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, by the way, to my regular subscribers and everyone that comments. Incredibly grateful to hear from everyone and to hear that the channel is having an impact, right? The channel is having an impact on so many people, not just here in the United States, but on crazy places all over the world. It's been such a fun journey for me. So here it is, right? When you swing your arms freely past your body, especially if you get them up over this lead shoulder and your arms are expanded, okay? Not contracted, but expanded. It's impossible to do that without employing your body, all right? This is the breaking news, right? I can't get my lead arm folded, all right, externally, right? So I'm not allowing this elbow to chicken wing, putting it over my lead shoulder. I can't put my arm in this position and get my trail arm on the golf club, right? If I'm stalling my body, it's absolutely impossible. I have to move my body. The trail side of my body, all right, has to move in order to get both hands on the golf club. And I think that's what most people really struggle to understand, especially when they come down. I've got people coming down for immersions, and what they're not understanding is that feels and reels are really not the same thing, right? Ultimately, I'll do a swing here. This is kind of what people feel like, you know, when they first work with me. You know, they've got the feeling that they're kind of doing this with their arms, and then their body's kind of turning through. All right, so they're actually allowing their body to respond dynamically to the swinging motion of their arms. You can see that little draw I've got going there. You know, my path 6 degrees under the plane, club face a little close to the path. I mean, how do we get 6 degrees under the plane, all right? How do we get inside out? That's what so many of you struggle to. Well, I'm not in a hurry to throw this at the golf ball, all right? That's what causes everything to come over and out, okay? So if we can allow the arms to swing past the body, we simply allow the body at this point to respond. And there at the end of my golf swing, I've got this nice balanced finish position. I'm nicely extended through the golf ball, but trying to force your body through the ball, that is what puts money in my pocket, okay? Trying to get to the top of your backswing and turn your body through. You know who you are, right? You get on the first tee, you see your friends doing this. Tell me you don't. Look. And you're firing the body through. It's like, great shot, Jim. You know, you're up on your toe and there's a weak shot to the right. Hit a 7-iron out there, you know, 125 yards, and you're wondering why that is. It's like, I don't know, you got a nice balanced golf swing. You're not hitting it anywhere because you're not actuating your wrists. You're not swinging your arms fast enough, all right? I hope this is making sense. So get the golf club slinging, all right? Right in here. Get the butt end of the golf club moving in the opposite direction. Stall the spin phase. Feel like your upper body is facing back towards the camera as you change direction. It's a very peculiar feeling. If you've not done it before, you really got to feel like the golf club is out racing your body. It's the absolute opposite to what you think you need to do to create lag and forward shaft lane. Get that club slinging, get it to the 5th parallel. I hope for some of you this is going to resonate. It's not a one size fits all, okay? It's not about finding the swing. It's not about finding the swing. It's about finding a swing that works for you. If you think this video could help, go ahead and share it. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your comments, and of course, I always appreciate the subscriptions. Get after it, guys. We'll talk to you next time.